What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Let's Build the U.S.S. Enterprise A 2.0 Season 1 Episode 22. I'm Zero Elite, and I just want to thank you very much for tuning in today's episode. If you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, help me in supporting the channel. Today we've got about a 13-minute episode. We're going to be pretty much working on the saucer section for this whole episode. So without further ado, let's kick back, relax. We're just going to dive right into this thing. So from where we left off, we were working on doing the half slabs. I'm just going to go in here and do a little bit of cleanup work. We're going to do that for the 3 straightaways that are available to us, I think, on the top part of the saucer. You can see I went to the next row up and I did the same thing. We want that progression line with the half slabs to match up as it's progressing upwards. So that's why I'm making this change right here. To me, it just looks a little bit better. I want to make sure that any of the blocks are a different color. I'm swapping those out just to keep that color consistent going straight through. That looks pretty good. I tell you what, I think one thing that the saucer is missing at this point, it's missing a little bit more pinstripe, I think. So what we're going to do, we're going to go along this outline, this gray outline going along our saucer. We're going to swap this out with half slabs. So this way you have a half block gap replacing this full block. You're going to want to do this going all the way around the top of your saucer, left and right. I'm not going to do all this out live, and in a second we'll end up skipping ahead, I believe. So I'm just going to let it roll for right now. But yeah, so you're going to want to do that going all the way around. Pause. Once you're caught up, we're going to jump right into the next part. We're going to go to the next ring. We're going to repeat the same process. Really cut and dry. If you're having trouble at this point in the build following along this step, you need to rewind the video, go back again, check your work. I can't stress that enough. That at this point, that's my #1 rule. Go back and check your work. This is something that I follow, and I encourage everybody to do the same, because 9 times out of 10 you can identify your own mistakes as far as what you need to do. Alright, we're looking pretty good. So I did the 2 outer rings. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go along this first outer ring. On the inner side, we're going to swap out the white concrete for light gray concrete. And we're going to do this going all the way around. You're obviously going to build this going right up to where the shelf that the bridge sits on top of. But don't try to build this circle going over the shelf. We don't have a template for it, and if you do that, then you're making a boo-boo. So yeah, we're pretty much gonna go, and we're also, once you do the outer ring, you're gonna come back, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the inner ring. Well, the first inner ring, I should say, because what this is gonna do, it's gonna add a little bit more texture. Well, not necessarily texture. What's the word I'm looking for? It's going to bring out the lines a little bit more. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It's going to make them stand out a little bit, just a little bit more. It's also, in my opinion, going to help to make this look more like hull plating. At least that's what I see when I do this pinstripe in this color going around the hull lines on the saucer. To me, it looks really clean. You also want to make sure to do this for your straightaways. And then when we get up to our next ring here, we're going to fill that in going around. Now, as you can see, I'm not doing every row, but you want to make sure that you do this for all the parts on here. So everything on the right, do this going all the way around. So that this way, when you're caught up to me, you'll have something that looks just like this. We have both sides here that are done, and then this side. So now it's making our hull lines look even just a little bit more bold than how they were before. There's a couple of rows that I missed right here, so I'm going to clean that up real quick. That's why I always say, go back and check your work. This is how I'm able to maintain accuracy on my own builds. This is a step I follow. And that's why sometimes, like when I'm trying to help people and they don't go back and check their work, it's like, well, you're not following the process. This is why you're having problems. Checking your work is the solution to the problem when you're having it. And it could even, maybe it's something that, well, you did everything you were supposed to do and there's a problem. Well, at that point, look at what you have and analyze it. What can you do to fix that? There's typically 150 different ways to solve problems in building out these ships when we're doing it. It just, in my experience, what it comes down to is the willingness to keep going. Now, if you're getting to a point, like I've said in the past, where you're getting strung out on it, you're just basically, you're spinning your tires. You're not getting anywhere. Put it down, walk away, come back to it at a later point with a fresh set of eyes. Just doing that alone is going to be so helpful for you guys, I promise. This is looking pretty good so far. Now we've got this cleared in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to shift gears over into getting this shelving correct to how it looked in the tour episode. So you can see I'm going along the first row of full concrete white blocks. That is our shelf. This line right now is imperative because this is essentially going to be our template for how the entire shelf is going to look. I'm going to show you guys how I built this out, obviously. It's going to take 1 or 2 seconds here before we completely get there, because when I first started working on this, I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to go about it. So you're going to see here I'm going to build down a little bit. But essentially what we're going to have to do once we do all this that we're doing right now, we're going to come back again and we're going to continue this pattern that we have. But this blue line, we're not going to bring it down. We're just going to bring it straight all the way back. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment. But for accuracy purposes, if you want exactly what I have, want to make sure that you follow the same step. We're going to do the same thing for the other side too. Once you've done that, go ahead and hit play, and we'll pick up right where we left off going to the next thing. Yeah, because you can see here the problem is at the transition points. It's not lining up. So now let's come back and we're going to fix this. Don't worry about the transition points just yet. We'll get there, I promise. At this point, we're just doing another row of blue concrete directly above the last row. Now again, I'm still kind of sort of in denial. It's not just another river in Egypt. But now see, this is where it starts to kind of come together a little bit. Because one of the issues that we're coming across right there is the transition. It's going to be very, very difficult to make that look natural and not pixelated and jaggy. I don't like that. I'm trying to make it work here, but that's just, it's not happening, obviously. We're just trying to get an idea, but again, we're going to end up bringing that first blue line here going all the way back. That's the solution to this problem. But hopefully doing this tutorial with you guys, you're seeing my thought process and trying out different things. Because if I wasn't willing to do that, this ship, with how you saw it in the tour episode, would not look how it looks. It just wouldn't. It would look very different. So, you know, don't be afraid to go back and change some things. These things, you know, it's going to help you in the long run to make your builds come out all that much better. This is why I say all the time when I see, and there are some people that I see that do make tutorials, but not for starships, but like other things in Minecraft and just other games in general. Like when I see them doing the build, I see zero mistakes, nothing. And it's like, okay, you practice to do this. Because I just don't believe that somebody is perfect 100% of the time, all the time. It just does not work like that. Nobody's perfect. If you're human, you're flawed. So, and this isn't a knock. It really isn't. It's just my personal opinion, is that I like to show my mistakes. I think that's maybe the fear, is that if you show your mistakes, that means you don't know what you're doing. But that couldn't be further far from the truth. Mistakes is how we grow and how we become better at things, you know? So making mistakes on these builds, it's vital to what we're doing. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. It'll be okay. You just have to go through these steps with me, go through our rules and things that we do on this build, and I promise you, this stuff is going to get easier for you. It just takes a little bit of time. It's repetition, that's all it is. Doing it over and over and over again until it starts to stick. Now see, that's looking pretty good. This is what I want, that nice clean straight going all the way back. Now we're going to start to bring all these lines together. And I hope you guys see what I'm doing here. I'm taking the existing hull lines with the half slabs and I'm incorporating it into the shelf. So that way when this is done, it's all going to look like it was intended to be this way from the get-go. So I say you have to stop and look at what you're doing sometimes and really analyze it. Because even on my videos here, it looks like I'm spending a lot less time like looking at things, but you're also, don't forget that I'm recording these things. So I'm not actively building, I stop recording, so you don't see those times where I'm analyzing what I did and what I can do to fix it. It's so unbelievably vital to what I'm doing here, at least. And it's been such a resource for me to make these builds come out even better. Now you can see, again, I'm just carrying on the same thing. Now on this row right here, you probably think like maybe we should do gray. That could be an option, but right now I'm just going to do that in white concrete. Don't worry about the back just yet. We'll tackle that. We'll get there. Right now we're just specifically trying to blend this all in so that this way, the rest of this right here looks like this. See how nice that blended in? So we took this line, we brought it all the way back, and then this half slab, we brought that all the way back, and then this row right here, we continued it back, going with our cut lines, and the same thing with the half slabs here. It's crazy because I literally stumbled across this solution. And in all honesty, I'm probably going to end up, like, if I do end up doing other Constitution classes in the future, I'll probably end up doing the exact same thing. Maybe not to the T, but the idea of it as far as blending in, I would definitely carry over, because I did use the same technique for the Excelsior too, for the top of the saucer. I've had some people asking me, what's the deal with Excelsior? How come you haven't dropped it yet? To be honest with you, I don't have a build lined up so far after Excelsior. And when the Enterprise A dropped, to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it to release when it did. I really thought that I was going to do the Excelsior, and then by the time the Excelsior was done, that maybe I'd be at 1,000 subscribers at that point. And it kind of worked out in the other way. So I think what I'm going to end up doing here is, I hate doing it because I did say that I was going to release it at the same time, but I think realistically I'm going to have to push back the Excelsior to come out towards the end of this build, just so I have no gaps in my videos that are coming out. I need to figure out what I'm going to do next after this, so if you guys are interested, Be sure to drop a comment below with stuff that you want to see me build. And if you go on the Discord and go under build suggestions, you can actually see all the stuff that people have suggested, and you can upvote the ones that you like. I look at these things. I'm also working on the Enterprise D Season 2. I just don't know if that will actually be ready by the time the Excelsior not only comes out but finishes, so I might have to work on an additional build after that. But we'll play that by ear. I'll hopefully have some more information for you guys on that as we get closer to Excelsior coming out, as far as what will come after it. But I think that's going to be it for us today. I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in today's episode. If you can help me out, hit that like and subscribe button. Biggest thing that you guys can do to help me out right now, my engagement, drop a comment below. Even if it's just be like, hey Zero, what's up, man? I love hearing from everybody, as long as you're not a douche. The other big thing is my watch hours. If you guys can help me out, throw in one of my playlists. The more watch hours I get, the more it's going to help this channel grow. The more engagement I get, it's going to help this channel grow. So I'm not asking you guys for money. Definitely not doing that. But if you could just take the time, drop a comment, like, and watch my videos. Maybe you got a Sunday, you're not doing anything or using the computer, just throw on a playlist of one of mine. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. But thank you guys again. I hope everybody has a happy and safe weekend. And of course, what did you make in Minecraft? Post your photos in the Discord.